Hi guys and welcome to the devlog of my new upcoming game. My name is Marcus aka Phodex Games and I'm here to deliver true indie games made with heart and soul. This time I have some awesome progress to show. We will take a look at some first combat in action, so get ready, get some popcorn and let's go! Combat really is the very core of my new game, and it is something I refine all the time. I redesign, I make myself a lot of thoughts about. I really analyzed many games and brought own ideas as well to maybe not create something all new, but to create something which just feels right. I know in Bladequest, the game I did before, this was like the weak point of the game, and I got a lot of valuable feedback from you guys. With my new system, I tried to eliminate all of the former problems and at the same time add some new mechanics which make combat more thrilling, more exciting and ultimately more fun. You know, in game development there is this term called main game loop, which stands for a short sequence of tasks and actions the player can do in the game. The goal of a good game is to make this short sequence as entertaining as possible and then loop it over and over again. And for my new game, the main game loop definitely is the combat, like in many other games of that type. However, that does not mean there is nothing else you can do, of course, but I think you got the point of it. Okay, so sorry for the long interruption. Let's take a look at the action you came for. So, here we have the one-handed first-person combat. First off, I'm walking around a little bit to show you the new running and walking animations in action. And yes, I know the camera shake effect is a little bit oversaturated and I already fixed this in my current version, so no problem here, okay? But I think overall really it's a pretty fluid movement and I personally like it pretty much. Okay, here you can see some first attacking, so I'm attacking the air kind of. Later we will attack the guy there, but I will talk about that when it is time. So here you see some camera motion in action, which is pretty cool. And here comes my most favorite feature, the kicking. You know, I really love that feature and I can't wait to really kick enemies away and see them ragdoll. That's going to be really great. That's something I wanted and I really wanted to have in the game. And I know the power attack, for example, looks a little bit weird, so there are still some flaws. That's really a sure thing because still is pre-alpha, you know, a lot will change. But I think this gives you a good overview over how everything will look in the end. Okay, but now let's take a look at the actual attacking. And here are some notes before we take a look at the clip. This guy here in front of us, his only purpose is really to get attacked. And he's set up so he will always block my attacks, just to take a look at the getting blocked animations. Another thing is that I added some blood particle effects just for fun. They're not ready and they're not really meant to be that way, but it still looks cool and it gives you a better understanding of how it could look in the end. So let's take a look at it. So here you see the getting blocked animation. I think it really looks pretty cool. It gives a lot of heaviness to the weapon, which is what I like, or which I especially like at the animation. Okay, so the next thing is the two-handed weapon I set up. Let's take a look at this. It's relatively similar, but of course the animations are different. So what I especially like at the two-handed animations is actually the running animation, although the camera motion is a little bit weird and it looks clunky and wanky. But still, pretty cool. Here we see some attacking, and here's the power attack, which looks much better than the one-handed power attack. And here you again see the heaviness I was talking about. Really feels like you have a heavy two-handed sword in your hands. This is pretty cool. By the way, the power attack always goes through. That's meant to be the way. But yeah, I think that's it. That are two weapons I have to present today. So what is left now is the bow combat, and I also have to add a shield and the appropriate shield animations. The bow obviously is completely different from the melee weapons, so that's also going to be interesting, and I'm looking forward to develop it actually. And I really can't wait to see how all those animations and the weapons will look in the final game. And by the way, you maybe know these weapons here already because they are from Bladequest, some of them at least. I'm not sure if this two-handed weapon here was in Bladequest as well, I'm not that sure. But of course a lot of new weapons will come and you will see them in later videos, of course. What is going to be really exciting is when the AI is there and I can really fight against it and I can kick them away and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, I really try my best. I have some cool stuff in my head I would like to implement to the combat system, and if I can bring really everything together and if I can polish it and everything, then I think that is really going to be a cool combat system. That's very important. I mean, I don't want to create the best combat system in the world, but I want to have a solid combat system. You guys out there have fun, because that's one of the core mechanics of my game, together with like looting stuff and buying new stuff. That's another thing I really want to focus on, that it makes fun, that it is satisfying, and that you guys have a nice game to play when you come at home and you feel stressed, and if you just want to have a relaxing game with cool atmosphere, that's really my goal for it. But yeah, enough waffling for today. Sure, there are some flaws here and there, and sure, it's not game ready, but I personally like it, especially compared to Bladequest. However, my opinion is not very important here, so what do you guys think of it? Have I succeeded in making it look more natural, more fluid, and also more fun? What are you guys missing? Please tell me, because ultimately I really make these games for you. I hope you had a great time watching this video. Tell me all your thoughts, no matter how bad or good they are, okay? I can take it, just tell me the truth. See you next time, guys, and as always, have a great day and stay cool.